Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Libra God 90 back with another DBD podcast episode. This is the 8th episode, by the way, of the Survivor Side of Stories. I just had a question. So, and please correct me if I'm wrong because they just did this and I really do not know. So, I mean, I go to Twitter, I try to, go to people's live streams, and it's just weird. Like, I'm thinking it's a bug, but I cannot for some reason see my prestige icon. And I went to Twitter eventually, right? Because that's really the place to find out a lot of stuff, which is on the DBD Twitter page, right? So it's weird because it wasn't in the patch notes that was just released last week. I want to say Tuesday. So it's almost been a week ago. This video is being worked on right now or recorded on Monday. So tomorrow will be like a week since the Alien chapter released. And I think since then, I have not been able to see my prestige icon or others. And I thought it was like a bug, but then people tell me on Twitter that it's a feature that's new and I guess it's a test. So they're just trying it out. And so what they're doing is I guess they're trying to see how does this help with matches. For example, in the past we thought about like, those who hit the high prestige early, like me, I hit prestige 100. I want to say last year in October, which is the 6th of October of last year. And like some others, right? A small percentage like hit it early. Like there's a huge player base in DBD, so you got to realize like back when I was grinding the prestige 100, I was like prestige 40. I remember that was the thing. The people prestige 50. People be like I'll go to their live streams. Wow, that's a prestige 70. Now these days, I mean, seeing just a prestige 100 in your lobby isn't really anything special. I mean, and newer players really equate skill to prestige 100 or a high prestige, and I just don't think that's obviously true. Just because you're a high prestige, just because back then when you was a prestige 3 or a legacy player, didn't necessarily meant that you were like a great player. It just meant that you played the game a lot and you just dumped a bunch of blood points into that player. And trust me, people love reminding me of that. Like, well, bro, I mean, it's not like just because you prestige 100, that meant that it automatically, like, with skill. Like, I get that, duh. I mean, I'm like that though. Like, don't get it effed up. I'm like that. All right, I got 6,000 hours. Right, like I feel like if you have that many hours into any game or anything, you should sort of pretty much master at least that role or something, right? So, but the issue was being like prestige 100 or having an icon is that you were pretty much a target. Like you were a target practice for like for hunters. A Billy, a Bubba, right? They want to camp you, an Oni, any killer, a Wesker, right? So, well, I guess back then we just wanted to like be able to like show our icons like manually or not. Like I could just take it off or I can flex it later. But now what they're doing is I guess they're testing. I guess certain people were selected where I can't see the icon. But if I was like for example, if I was going to a live streams, someone who was live streaming and I was in a lobby, okay, I can't see their stuff. I can't even see my stuff, right? As far as like the prestige icon. But if I go to their lobby, well, I'm sorry. If I go to their stream and I'm in their lobby, I'll be able to see it and they'll be able to see it, which is weird. So I don't know how that works. Like, do the killer still see my prestige icon? I assume they see it unless they were chosen or something like that. But the question is, should they hide the prestige icon? Like, should that be a thing? Should that be something where we feel less? Because I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I thought it was a good thing the way they were doing it until I realized that not everyone is like hidden, like have their stuff hidden. For example, if I'm thinking because I'm in a lobby and I don't see other people's prestige icon, right? I'm thinking that that's like universal. But I could be going against the killer that sees everyone prestige icon, and then like at the end of the game, I'm only able to see it, like at the end game. Like basically that's when they'll discover whoever can't see it. That I was a prestige 100. That's why chases might have went a little bit longer, or it was a little bit harder to catch me, or maybe that's why I got tunneled straight out, or that's why the killer wanted to just BM because they caught me in a dead zone, or they had a very good map with a certain killer. You know what I mean? Because the thing about this game that really irritates me is that people try to prove a point. In DBD, like it's so frustrating because this is an asymmetrical game. So you have like okay, people try to 1v1 a lot. They try to prove a point. They want to camp and slug and tunnel, and they want to just go after you and hard tunnel you. This is what you'll get from like as a survivor, you can't win on either side, right? Like you really can't, and I'm gonna tell you why. So if you're Prestige 100 and you're a high, right? Let's just like use me as an example. I'm Prestige 100, right? I hit it. I'm gonna say it again, like I've always been saying it. I probably was the first, if not one of the first, but I still think I was the first to hit it in solo queue. All grind 12 to 17 hours a day for 2 months straight. I mean, unless you're a bigger nerd than me and no life at that time, then congratulations. But trust me, I was even beating streamers who were swifting and stuff because I was just playing DBD nonstop. Like, I'm talking about, I would get literally straight tunneled out of the game, pulling my hair out, losing games, not pipping, not, getting a certain amount of blood points. Keep in mind, we did not have the, for those who hit Prestige 100 at a certain point in time early, we did not have the blood point matchmaking incentive. That was a thing where, like, and this all tied into, like, the 6.1.0 patch. That's what that has done. They have pretty much nerfed and destroyed and gutted survivors and made Killer the undisputed, power role. Where, like, I'm talking about, like they were strong enough to even take down. I'm sorry. I hope you guys do not hear that. I don't think y'all will, though. He's a very good mic. But I don't know if that is God going over the earth or is that is a loud plane. But, like, literally, it's annoying. Like, literally. Like, it was so loud. But what I'm saying is that basically what I'm saying is yeah. Like, so basically, I didn't have access to the matchmaking blood point incentive, which means I wasn't getting that extra blood point, right? And before they even implemented that prestige system, right? I think it was an event where we had like a lot of cakes. I think that was the 6th anniversary at the time. So we had like a lot of cakes. I spent so much of my cake. I would have been hit it, by the way. Like, I would have hit it early on if I didn't spend all of my blood point and all of my cakes, right, before they added that prestige system. Because we were all thinking at the time that we were getting something special, like the bloody portraits was a hard work. Like, who cares about a bloody portrait? Who cares about that? Like, how you gonna bring a girl to your crib and flex like that? How you gonna turn on DBD and be like, hey, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you, like, look, like, this is what I've been working on. Don't nobody have a bloody portrait like this. Like, I'm flexing out here. I got the charms. I got the, the badge, the perk charms. I'm out here with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you pulling girls like that? Can't nobody see a bloody portrait but you. That is trash. Like, behavior no better than that. That's bad behavior. That's stupid behavior. Why would you give us that? And in return of our hard work. I remember even grinding Bubba just to do it, just to give him the P3. Because at the time when you got to Prestige 3, before the update happened, your players or killers and survivors were instantly pushed to Prestige 9, right? So we got a boost, basically like a cheating boost a bit, right? So if you were a newer player after that update and like the Prestige system, if you got to Prestige 3, you had to get to 4, 5, 6. Like, I never got to like 4, 5, and 6 with my Nia. I was already Prestige 9 at the time after the update. Just to get a bloody portrait that you cannot flex on your guys with, you cannot, like, who does that? Like, do y'all even remember, like, the blood point, like the bloody portrait? Like, do y'all even care? No, likely y'all don't. But that's what they gave us. Like, we're not looking for legacy because, again, I don't need a legacy skin. I don't need legacy skin. I was not part of that DBD community in 2016 on PC, so I don't need it. I wouldn't even want it because for what? Like, I'm not a part of that time. But I would like to think that we could have got something better. And I do think this, and I am going to get back to my point. I do think that we should have gotten, for those who hit Prestige 100 at an early time, we should have got something with that than just the icon. Because not everybody can hit it. It's really not that significant now. Like I said, if you see Prestige 100 in your lobby, who cares? Who cares? Like, that's not a thing. Like, that's not something that you're gonna take with your grave and be like, man, you know what? At the end of my life, man, I got to Prestige 100 and I was significant towards anyone. No, it just looked normal now. Like, I used to feel special, dude. I used to literally go to a lobby and flex that. Like, I used to literally go to streamers' lobby. Well, if I saw that I was in their lobby and had TTV, obviously, I would see if they're live. I would go to their stream. Last minute switch to my Prestige 100, then hurry up and dip out. I know it's petty. I don't care though. I'm like that. You know what I mean? So, like, I used to do that, and, now it just doesn't matter. Like, who cares? I mean, don't get me wrong. You still got newer killers who think, hey, this is my time to go against a person who might have a whole lot of hours. You could have just started playing Dead by Daylight, I want to say, like, maybe a month ago or two, and with all the blood point matchmaking incentives, because don't nobody want to play Survivor these days, right? With all the like now that the blood web is much cheaper now, you gotta keep in mind I hit it at a time where where the blood web wasn't even cheap. So when I hit Prestige 100, it wasn't even cheap at all. It was exactly the way it was. We didn't have that automatic node, I think that's what it's called, where like you press the middle of the button after you get your prestige, after you at least prestige your character one time now, right? Not like you have to at least have them prestige one, where you can just press the button and it automatically eats like everything in the blood web, right? We didn't have that. We didn't have the blood point matchmaking system. We didn't have any of that stuff. It was just literally pure grind. Pure grind. And I don't regret that. I don't regret that grind. I do not regret that grind at all. I want y'all to understand, like, the way things were with me trying to, like, get YouTube partner. I just thought that this was my time. I said, you know what? I wasn't working at the time. I was staying, with family and stuff like that. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take this time. I had my vacation money when I left my job when I was at Panera Bread. I had my taxes. So it was like a lot of stuff I was doing. So bills were still getting paid. And I was still helping out like my moms and stuff like that. But I didn't care. I had to get the partner, and I was able to like make videos on my Prestige. I remember making a video saying, hey, like showing Prestige 31. Come on now. Like you wouldn't be able to do that now, right? You wouldn't be able to do that now and flex that now. Like obviously being Prestige these days just isn't even that special. But I just do think that we should have gotten something for it, because after we got that, the bloody portrait and like the keychain you get, which I think everybody gets at a certain point in time. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It meant nothing at that point. Legacy, if you have legacy, you listen. I like it's a guy named Hexy that I follow for years in this community. Killer Man. He has both legacy skins for, and he's Prestige 100 on his Claudette and Wraith. You don't get a harder flex than that. You got a killer that's Prestige 100, that's a legacy player, and then you got a survivor that's a Prestige 100 legacy. It just does not get better than that, like at all. And I just think that is something that the devs should at least gave something like that. Like I said, maybe the Prestige 100 icon was like a glowy bluish electricity color, and then like maybe after a certain point it just become like the regular. I don't know. It could have been something. I just the thing to me about the devs, and I've been playing this game for close to 3 years now, basically 3 years, is that it just seems like they just don't. They stop like they care about releasing skins. You know what I mean? They care about releasing skins. They care about like selling skins and, these DLCs. Now we have the alien with Ellen, with the cat. Now, and we have, Nicolas Cage and stuff like that. And these are all cool things. But I mean, how do you justify giving us that stuff when we still have the night players out here, which I haven't seen in a couple of days, strangely. But that's because we got Xenomorph, where you pretty much can't dodge that girl's brutal attack whip. We have what's that girl with the drone? I'm gonna look at her. I'm not even gonna try to guess, dude, because Skull Merchant. God dang, I don't know how. I play this game forever and I still forget names. Like it's just, to me, having this type of like game, it just gets bad, and it's a reason why I feel like a lot of people go and wants to start playing other games, because I feel like you give us a prestige system. Okay, what's next? We have nothing else to grind for. You just play DBD, and I just feel like secretly people want another game to be better than Dead by Daylight, just so they can leave it and be able to have fun. There are a lot of people who stream or make content, such as myself, who wish they had another game to play, but it's really hard to get that same type of feeling that you get from playing DBD, from looping the killer, from mind gaming and stuff like that. But games are just so boring, especially when you're Prestige 100, because here's the thing. There's times I want to play with my Nia, and I will literally be able to hide my icon. I will literally be able to like only be shown at the very end. But again, at the same time, you do want to flex that you are like that you got. There's people who probably got like 10 Prestige 100s, right? They want to be able to flex that. They want to be able to do that. They want to be able to have that. But at the same time, they also don't want that quote-unquote special treatment from the killer. They don't want that undivided attention. Like the killer, hey, my man, you know what? I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm going to close down the restaurant. It's just me and you in this restaurant. I'm going to go ahead and kill you and camp you all day. Like, I'm talking about that type of special treatment. Like, where, like, literally, I have to prove a point in a game where they have reworked maps to killer's favor. They have nerf survivors mechanically and buff killers mechanically. So it really doesn't matter what you do perk wise and what you add. It's still that element of like it's still in killer's favor strongly. And it's just like I just feel like people want to be able to play another game or at least give us something that make us feel prestigious in a certain way. Like only certain people would be able to get that. Like it's some type of rank or grind mode. But the way this game is, it's not going to be that way. The game is it's supposed to be where you're supposed to not play with friends. That's what I heard back in the day. Well, at least that's what they say. Like this game was not originally meant for comms. It was meant for just playing with the randos all day. But the devs knew early on that wasn't gonna work. People didn't want to play this game because that's basically just solo queue. It's literally miserable. So you need to tell me I spent all this money, all this time grinding just to be able to like play a game that is straight miserable. Meanwhile, we got Texas Chainsaw Massacre out here. We have Texas Chainsaw Massacre out here, and they're just. I mean, again, I haven't played it yet. Part of me wants to play it Wednesday when I get paid or Thursday or whatever and download it. But it's just like I put so much time and money into this game, y'all. Like y'all, like, and I'm not the only one. And the thing about, I want people to really remember and understand this too. Like, no game has to be perfect. Like no game, like I mean that. Like no game, literally have to be perfect at all. It just has to be fun at the very least. At least have the game be fun. It can't be where we're not having a good time. One road just dominate over the other, and then you give us stuff every now and then, and then it's just like, like the thing about it is it doesn't like the way that like I want people to understand this too, with the dynamic between killer and survivor, is that they only gonna do what they feel like they can. You know, like if they get the advantage or the opportunity to camp and tunnel and all this, like I know they removed the hook, right? The hook grab where pretty much a killer will stand there and. You know, if a killer who mistimes it, they'll hit you, and then you'll usually be able to grab them. But if you miss that time and killer was standing, they'll just grab you and stuff like that. Now they took that away. Camping and tunneling will always be camping, tunneling, and slugging. I feel like will never go away. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about somebody's tunneling you. There's nothing you can do. You would have killer. I had killers back when I was in my prestige grind system at the time. Literally will go after no one else but me. They didn't care about a generator being completed. They didn't care about, you know, survivors trying to run in front and trying to be like, my man, just like chill out, like relax, bro. Like don't get slipped. Like, you know what I mean? I'm talking about like hit. Like it didn't matter because we're not meant to do that. Meanwhile, I think on TCM or in especially Friday the 13th, you can actually attack the killer. Obviously, they're stronger. You know, it's hard for you to kill them or take them out, but at least you'll be able to do that. You got to rely on pallets. And I know I'm going everywhere with this, but, I mean, it's my day off. I really don't care. I just want to kind of, like, rant and stuff like that. And I feel like some people actually like that, so why not? Bro, like, you got killers. Like, I mean, you have to rely as a survivor with limited pallets and resources in this game. You have to rely, because see, again, I'm a Prestige 100, so people just act as if, like, I can never get outplayed. I can never get, like, a lot of times it's not even outplayed as much as it is about just, like, RNG, which people like, well, you know, people use that as an excuse. If you go against, like, a Huntress, and you're in an open map, let's say, I don't know, McMillan, where, like, she just have her hatchet up, and you're running around, and it's already what I call an open face loop. What I call an open face loop is, it's not with a pallet and then there's like a wall. It's like literally, but the open face loop only matters when it's like a killer that's like a ranged attack killer, like a Nemesis, now an alien, Huntress, Deathslinger, Trickster, etc. Where if it's like a Bubba, if it's like a Billy, you know, these are killers you don't mind going against those open face loops where there's just literally you and the killer, you can see each other and there's nothing but space and opportunity. Right? Like both can, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the killer's like, you can get these hands. It doesn't matter. It's just space and opportunity. That's what I mean by that. So like, what you expect somebody to do against a Huntress who hitbox is so stupid I have to pretty much dodge out of my chair and almost make noise. But I don't want the neighbors knocking on my door like what's going on because they don't understand how stupid big this Huntress' hitbox is. But y'all want to try to justify that because at the end of the day, it's ego. It's I'm trying to prove a point, etc. So I have to rely on pallets if they're there. just to try to see if I can try to, stall time. That's all you're doing as Survivor. All you're doing is stalling. That's it. Like, you're not doing anything else. You're literally just stalling. You're trying your best to try to dodge killers. You're trying your best to try to. That's pretty much all you're doing. And then the thing that you get is, you get the the BMs, because I love how killers talk about teabagging and all of this stuff, but they give you nopers. If you don't know what noper means, it means like when a killer shake their head, no, and they shake their whole body, nope, and stuff like that. Which to me is the equal as a teabag. Or when they do this humping you on the grounds type stuff, right? Like, they just figure it out. Like, they just very creative these days, right? Where it's just like, the thing that gets me the most irritated, though, is I can handle a killer being like that because the killer is killer. A lot of time I give them nopers when I'm on the ground, too, when I'm taking them on a long chase, and they've wasted, like, 2 gens. But the thing that gets me mad the most is when you have expectation from survivors who think that because you're a high prestige level, that you're supposed to, quote-unquote, carry while they do nothing. I'm sorry. You're too big for me to carry. You're too heavy for me to carry. Get up and go do a gen. See, like, y'all do realize just because I'm a Prestige 100 doesn't mean that I'm supposed to just, like, loop every killer for 5 gens. Like, likely, if I'm looping a killer for 5 generators, they're likely brand new. You feel? Like, because only a bot or a newer killer, a casual killer, is going to chase somebody for 5 generators. Why? It makes no sense. Clearly, you have other survivors to go after, right? So what I'm saying is that you got survivors that have the nerve to expect this out of you. Your own team, it be your own. See, a killer is like when I say keep your enemies close and your friends closer or something like that. Please correct me if I said that wrong or anything like that. But it means, like, in reality, like, you know how it is when they say basically, you have to watch your back, right? Like, the people that you think got your back be the ones that be like, okay, if you know you'll miss that dude down the street, like, he just keep looking at you every time. Like, every time you walk by, he, whispering to somebody. Man, dude think he like that. He got waves and all that. This one girl, because it's kind of like that at my job. It's this one dude who I just, like, know is jealous because it's this girl that everybody seem to like, in this kitchen part of the hotel and all of that stuff. And, they be trying to hit on her. But then anytime I come up there, you know what I'm saying, I just automatically command her attention because I do be like that. I am a good-looking guy. I am. So what I'm saying is that, like, I get that, right? I get that type of command, and I just get this type of animosity from this guy. Like, he's kind of newer and stuff like that. What I'm saying is that he ain't the kind of guy who I be trying to, like, have a beer with, or I'll be trying to trust. Like, hey, bro, can you, like, watch my drink? Can you, like, watch my, like, make sure nobody try to poison it? And stuff like that. Well, why? I mean, I'm not trying to say he's my enemy, but, like, I don't think he liked me like that. I don't really care. But just saying, like, I guess what I'm saying is that if a killer is my enemy in DBD, I know to watch out for killer. I know not to trust killer, because killer is killer. They are designed to attack me. If you are my teammate, however, my friend, quote unquote, why would I expect you to throw the game? Why would I expect you, dude? I remember I was a Nia, and I was doing my prestige system grind, and it was this Kate that literally, I guess because her friend died, she literally stood and blocked the exit gate. Like, not the exit gate, like, like the door, like when you press it to, like, like it's 99. The killer was coming, like the Huntress was coming. We was on Area Crows, and she literally just stood there. Like, she literally just stood there on purpose and got me killed. Then I asked her why, like, what the hell is going on? Like, what are you doing? Like, you bum? Like, what are you? And she was like, well, we can't stick together. This is what I'm talking about. And the thing that gets me about killer mains is they know. They know, dude. Like, listen, I don't try to give people too much leeway when I feel like, because I don't want to, like, discredit your intelligence. But, like, there's no way you can tell me that you don't understand how. That's why you have a lot of survivor mains who play killer, right? They don't want to play survivor. They don't want to do this. I am the only one. I have to be crazy out of my mind to do what I did, grinding prestige for 2 months straight. Something was wrong with me. Something happened to me during that time where I just got very numb as to, like, the outside world. I was mostly inside, just playing the game, just trying to get this grind and living, like just living, just DBD. That's all it is, right? But you play a game every single day. You get tunneled, you get camped, you get hit on hook, you get nopers, you get bled out. It just gets to a point where you're just like, what the hell am I doing playing a game that just seems to just get worse and worse and worse? Like, do y'all really expect anything new when y'all play DBD? Like, when y'all jump in as Survivor, at least on a Survivor role, we know if you are a brand new killer and you don't know what you're doing, which to me, you don't even have to, like, if you have to be very new to not get at least a 2K. You have to be, like, very new. Like, I'm talking about you just got the game right now. Like, as I'm talking, you trying to figure it out if you're playing Fortnite at this point. But it's really DBD for real. Or it's NBA 2K. But no, but it's DBD, right? Like, that's how new you have to be to not average at least a 2K. You could be a trash, bad killer. And there are many of you who are bad. I'm only talking about the killers who BM and hit me on hook and gave me no. I'm talking about you bums. Okay, yeah, you bums. It has to be it literally have to be that. Where, but yet you can still get a 2K because at the end of the day, you still have to rely on survivors to not open that exit gate. Literally, I just had a match not that long ago, right? And I do apologize if this just stopped recording. I'm just going to kind of like freestyle. So I'm going to go as long as I can. Pause. We had a game. I can't remember who we went up against. I cannot remember who we went up against, like literally. But I think it was me and a few other Ellens, right? Because I was Ellen Ripley. We had the game won, right? About to receive our trophy. You know, we about to go over and, you know, get our medals and just chill. I'm about to make the announcement of us getting and literally died. So the killer went from a 1K to a 4K. The killer was about to kill me. And I was fine with it because it was the end game. We was on ornaments. I was done. We were done. The game was over with, whatever. All they had to do, please, survivors, do this for me. Leave the game. If you see, I don't care if y'all leave. If y'all have a chance, the killer's not camping me, and I got like, I don't know, Kindred on, and y'all can see who I'm, like, you know, what a killer is, fine. If you have a chance to try to kill me and the killer's being nice, because the killer don't have to, like, move away from that hook. They can just stand there. I mean, at this point, the killer's trying to secure the kill. See, a lot of times people don't understand. See, I understand camping at the end game. I just think camping from the start of the game is just stupid. And I mean stupid, I don't mean like it's stupid because it's mean and it's boring. I mean, like, if you see, that only gets, my God, this game, that only gets away with newer players. I'm not even gonna call you bad player. I'm gonna say newer players, right? That only gets away with who are very altruistic, and you know, especially because like if you're playing by yourself and you got like 3 people in your lobby who's playing together, they don't want to leave that friend by themselves, and you're like, come on, let's not risk it. The killer can have no it. Let's just get. I'm all about winning the game, and then they go right back into the burning building and lose their lives, right? I'm talking about stuff like that where literally we lose the, like, just like leave. Please stop being very altruistic. Please stop being too altruistic, because that's what happened last time. We ended up losing the game. And the killer went, I'm talking about, it can happen so fast, where the killer went from literally a 1K within 30 seconds, slugged everybody, and got a 4K. Oh, like, yo. Like, you can't make this stuff up at all. Like, you cannot. Like, and I try to get people to understand. And I understand it's like, well, bro, it's just a game. Like, duh. Like, that doesn't, like, what does that mean? It's just a game. Stop saying that. I DM killers and survivors, and I be on my toxic stuff. I don't care. But I will never take it past the game. I would never say, I hope you end yourself in real life. I would never say, oh, I hope you. I'm never on that. I'm never on that. But understand, if you are BS in the game and doing some stupid stuff in the game, or you just trying to be toxic, I'm going to slide in them DMs and I'm trying to holler. You understand what I'm saying to you? That's just how I am. I don't care. I'm not a saint. I'm not one of them people. I'm not like outing them. They cool. I'm not one of them. I'm like that. I don't care. You see? Dude, I swear to God, I miss playing NBA 2K, dude. I miss playing NBA 2K. Oh, the game chat, dude. I think I would get kicked out of this place. Cause I swear, dude, like you gotta realize, like, all right, I know this is not like part of DBD, but like playing NBA 2K, I swear to God, like the game chat all game, especially if you like play basketball and stuff like that. I mean, I can't dunk nothing but a donut, and I don't really eat donuts no more, so I ain't dunking nothing, right? I mean, I went to Dunkin' Donuts to get like a coffee, but like that's the closest I'm dunking. Like I'm not a tall guy like that. You know what I mean? Like but it's more like the game chats used to be so funny. I want y'all to realize like we used to be able to like trash talk these people during the game, whether our teammate, you can hear them. And then like let's say if we won the game and we put somebody off the court, we was able to still talk stuff to them. We was able to still talk trash to them, and we knew we only had like a certain amount of time before like we got disconnected from the party or from like the game chat party, like from our opponents. So we would just say like whether we win or lose, we would just say whatever just to get our last word in. Dude, I can't imagine DVD having like a game chat feature, dude, because like it would be so toxic. It would be so bogus, especially because like I think about like a lot of girls who play this game, and I can only imagine like how like guys would be trying to simp over the girls, and like I don't know, a killer man will try to let the girl go because she's a girl or whatever, and we getting beat on the hook for no reason. Like I'm talking about just getting beat in the basement. Like it just sounds scary, right? Like just imagine that. Like you just go home playing DVD, but you get on the hook and just get beat. I don't know, but like. Dude, I'm just laughing off that part, and I know Texas Chainsaw Massacre has game chat, and I think that like I was watching Spook and Juke's video on his new channel. You should definitely check it out. By the way, is that I forgot what it's called, but if you just go to his channel, you see you go to like the channel tab, and there's variety, and I just think it's. I was listening to like the guy was like, "Hey, GG's," like that's what Spook and Juke said to the guys, and dude, they was so salty, dude. It was so funny, dog. Like stuff like that is so funny to me. Like I just like the variety stuff. But back to DBD, I just feel like if this game just did stuff like outside of just adding skins just to make more money and DLC characters and stuff like that, just try to get people in, which is strange that you still see. Even though there's an alien chapter, you spent your $12 or $11 to get the whole DLC, which was the killer, Ellen with her like cosmetic and stuff like that. You still have like 100% blood point matchmaking system for Survivor. Why is that? Why is that still there? Like, why do we still need to have that? That doesn't make sense, does it? Right? Like, the game, to me, has just been stale for a very long time. I know it's just about doing gens, but I'm going to tell you this right now. If they were to revert all the change back, which the devs know they can't do that anymore. They know they cannot do that ever again. People would do... it's one of them things where it's just like, you ever give somebody something and it might have been too much, and then it's like, damn, I ain't mean to give that much. Or, bro, I ain't mean to, like, cash up you that much money, you know what I'm saying? Let me show you how to get, like, some of that back. Like, and it's kind of awkward to take, like, something back from that. It's like, because you probably gave too much. That's exactly, like, then it's like an awkward conversation. Like, hey, can I get, like, that's literally how it is with the devs. They know they cannot revert those changes back to how it used to be. So many survivors will come back and play this game if y'all let us dead hard back into those total flashlight saves. Like, you can keep the gen being 90 seconds, even though it used to be 80 seconds, because bad killers swear the gens were just flying. I'm talking about just like, airline commercial flying. Like, literally, like, I'm buying my ticket, on Expedia or whatever, and, if that's, even a still thing. It's 'cause I've never even been on a plane yet. For my 33rd birthday this year, I want to try to get on the plane. If not, maybe next year. I don't know. If I'm still here, who knows? But they know that they cannot go back to changes. Like, they know they cannot go back. But if you was to revert those changes, if you literally was to go back, that would be so much fun, dude. So much fun. I'm so serious, dude. And the thing is, I wasn't even a Dead Hard user like that. I still think Dead Hard was like, you just wait it out, forehead. It's that simple. Yes. Wait it out, forehead. I want to hear it. I don't need to hear it at all. I don't need to hear the killer saying, just wait it out. I want to hear it. It was not supposed to be perfect. It was not supposed to be perfect. It was not supposed to be an automatic stop. Okay? You had so many... I'm talking about everything now. I don't care. Like, literally, you had so many killers complaining about the old Dead Hard. and how broken it was. Like they complain about Made for this. When it's like literally the kill rates were still at least 50%. And I mean, if that means you was an average or bad killer, 50%. You was a horrible killer if you got no kills. Like, how do you jump into the game? Like, are you even a killer if you got no kills? That is the question. Like, are you really a killer or are you just a nice guy? You got no kills, everybody left. Like, did you just like you open the gate? Like, there's killers who open the gate. Like, you just being nice. You're not even a killer. Like you being weird because you look weird. Like you're a blight. If you're a blight, you gotta be a killer. You know what I mean? You can't just just open the gate. Like, play the game. Wait it out, forehead. That's what y'all should have been doing. Or use fearmonger. Okay? Fearmonger, if you got like a ghost face who gets on my nerves, I hate ghost face, for real. I don't hate ghost face mains in person, like in real life. You probably be a cool person, but like I probably wouldn't kick it with you because like I don't mess with you. You are a ghost man. You get it? Like, you can use fearmonger, sneak up, grab, or hit. Stalk, or do what you gotta do. I don't want to hear this complaint of, oh, well, just wait it out and it was just broken. Blood Echo, use that. Like, there's so many chase perks that people just did not use against Fearmonger. Against Deadheart, right? Like, literally, there's so much that they just did not do, and got the nerve to complain when y'all still was, or just the fact that like DS doesn't even work in game anymore. Like, dude, I swear to God, dude. It's like, I feel like, it's like, do anyone ever even ask the devs, like, why, why they constantly just, like, make their game worse? Like, why do they constantly, like, none of the people be like, well, why do you play this game? I don't know, because I want to. Ain't nobody gonna make me stop playing. Right? Like, oh, dude. Oh, my God. Like, I could be petty sometimes. Stuff's funny. But, like, I'm really, like, I wouldn't mind trying TTM. It's just the thing is, I'm not a streamer anymore. And I wouldn't even dare try to stream this game. Like, dude, could you imagine if I was streaming DBD during my Prestige 100? And people trying to jump into my lobby talking trash, dude. I just do not have time. This backseating kind of gaming type style, I don't have time for that, dude. I don't have time because I am immediately blocking. Like, I already, like, slide in the DM and people get on my nerves in the game. I will say something and I'll just block them. And I'll tell them that you're blocked, and just get them out the ways. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is. I'm trying to be safe out here. But, like, immediately, I don't feel like dealing with that live. But usually I'm chill. Like, back when I used to stream, like, almost 3 years ago, I was usually just chill, like, relaxing, playing with subs. I don't feel like playing with people. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't play with friends anymore. It was only one guy I used to play with on a religious basis, and we stopped playing because he didn't have he was very good. He just didn't have accountability when he messed up. It was always my fault, not his fault. It was always an excuse. So I'd rather just, like, be solo dolo, just do my own thing, whatever. But yeah, that's my whole point. It's like, in this game, it's just, you have people who just, it's a very, like, I don't feel like me being in a situation where, like, you throw Shaq pallet because you just saw that it was there and you say, you know what, here's the pallet. It don't need to be standing up. Why would a pallet need to be standing up? Let me just kind of put it down on the ground. Maybe somebody would get a forklift and pick it up or, use one of them things and, and then here come the killer. Hey, I'm going after Prestige 100. Oh, I caught you in the dead zone because there was no pallet because people just chucking them because, it's a free country out here. You know what I'm saying? Equality for everyone. We just going to throw pallets left and right. And you come in the dead zone or you're like, oh, you was a Billy, you one-shot me, and then I'm trash, and that's how it is. Because the expectations of me being a high prestige and I love playing with my Nia, it's just very frustrating. Like, there's times, like, I just know I cannot play with people, and I just don't want to have to, like, be like talk to somebody who's a subscriber and come with that energy, but then they're a sub. Like, it's almost like if I know you're a sub, it's like I can't get mad at you because you support you support me, so I can't really get mad at you. It's just like what it is. It's like, oh well, it's just you, so it's cool. But in my mind, I'm cursing you out. Like, in my head, I'm cursing you the F out. Like, I am though. Like, I'm cursing you out. I'm saying all kinds of stuff that you don't want to hear. Right? So I'd rather just not do that. I'd rather not put us in that situation. I'd rather not put you in that situation. Let's not do that. Let's be friends. Let's never play together. Let's just, if I make content, you like it, cool. If I'm making stuff, if I'm showing you videos on how to loop, let's do that. You know what I mean? You don't have to ever send me any type of donation. I think I got like one cash donation on here, and that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty nice. It was a super thanks, I think. And it was pretty nice. I think that person who sent that to me, but you never have to do that. Just continue to watch the channel. Just be honest what you guys want to see more and stuff like that. That's all I pretty much want. This is like probably the longest video I've ever done on in my YouTube career. And as far as like episodes and stuff like that, but I do just want to like freestyle and vent. You know, I want people to like let me know how they feel in playing this game. We got like a good 20 minutes. I want to kind of like go, cause I do want to go for like an hour. And the thing is like, I know I haven't been editing a lot. And I loved editing. It's just like even doing stuff like this can take like all day long, like just literally all day. So it's just like I'm not trying to be lazy with it. Maybe you might call it that, but I'm doing everything by myself. Like I don't want to keep paying people and waiting just for them to do a thumbnail for me, or for somebody to render something. I could though. Like I could like I mean, I got the bread to make a sandwich. You know what I mean? Like I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like believe me, sweetie, I got enough to feed the needy. no need to feel greedy. Like no, let me stop. Cause I got that from Biggie. I think I said the last part wrong, but yeah. But that's my whole point. It's like I just try to make these things and just like express, cause it's just been very stressful, dude. Like I don't know what they're gonna do with DBD. Part of me, like every time I check on Twitch, I'm always saying that like if it's not neck and neck between TCM and DBD, it's literally like just straight TCM that's just beating DBD. And I know, yes, that's not counting Steam players, that's not counting the player bases for console, and really Twitch is just a viewing platform, right? But you gotta understand, like there's people like Ots, people like Aaron, they command like a lot of viewers, and while there's still dedicated players that are playing the game, mostly like JRM, stuff like that in the morning, there are a lot of people that just love playing TCM. And to me, the thing that make it fun is like, okay, you can attack the killer. There's more. There's 3 killers that you go against. There's 4 survivors, and you all can naturally communicate. And I just think that it's different. I said this on Twitter, and people tried to say, oh, well, no, I don't know if people really enjoying it because it's not DBD. It's fun. I'm saying now, if DBD was to go back to the way it was, I would see so many people playing DBD. So many people will be playing. I'm not saying people would stop playing TCM. Maybe they'll play that on the side. But I will see so many people playing DBD. So many people playing DBD. I'm trying to tell you this now. Like, literally. Because the thrill of being able... And then, listen, correct me if I'm wrong here. Did they do something with the fast vault? I read on Twitter... They was looking at Aaron's post. I think he said something about like the fast vault used to be fast, but now since they took, because I guess people was complaining, killers get whatever they want. They can just complain and cry, even though they always tell us that we're crying. Yet the devs literally just changed the entire game system for them, even though they weren't losing. But like. There were a time where I guess survivors were like literally like recently, not that long ago, we were just like flying through the window as a fast vault. Now they literally nerfed it, or they did something, or reworked. I guess it was a bug or something where now literally survivors a fast vault is the same speed as a slow vault. Like if you run it at like a direct angle, or that like a direct like directional part, where you just run straight and you get that fast vault, like you just leap into the air. Now they say it's basically like the same as a slow vault. So like you're not even getting speed like that. And you gotta realize like there's killers like Demogorgon where his stride is already stupid. I don't know why y'all call him Demo Puppy. He's ugly. Like what are y'all doing? Like why do y'all? I just want to get off on this. Like why do y'all do that? Like y'all look at the Xenomorph. Y'all look at Demogorgon. They're ugly. Like why do y'all be like Demo Puppy and like why do y'all do that? Like who raised y'all to do like I don't like I know okay I get it. There's like people they just I don't know like I have to give them pets. You know how many games I lost because people try to boop the snoot and they try to like I mean I do it with the pig just for like whatever, but like most of the time I'm just trying to play the game, Jack. Like I'm just trying to play the game out here. You know how many times I done lost games because people wanted to like try to pet Demogorgon. Like I don't like he looked like a thumb and a toe. I'm gonna say I don't want to say because it's YouTube. I'm trying to get monetized. I'm not trying to I'm trying to monetize his videos. So I ain't gonna say what he looked like, what his head looked like. But you might get what I'm talking about. Like what are y'all doing? Like, so many times we have lost games because y'all are trying to meme with the killer and be fun and call him cute. Bubba, he's cute. Look at Bubba. He's ugly too. Like, all these killers are meant to be ugly. Like, okay, maybe like Susan, the Susie, whatever the girl name from like the Legion crew or whatever. I mean, I know these are pixel characters, but obviously, you know, they make these girls very curvaceous. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, you know what I'm saying? She thick, whatever. I get it, but like, relax. Like, y'all be trying to like borderline date these killers. I mean, these survivors. Like, yes, I know the Skull Merchant thick too. I get that. Like, she looks like she. I don't know. Like, it's weird. Like, she looked like she'll just like curve like all dudes at the club. I don't know if she'll have like an OF. I don't know. Let me relax on that though. These are pixels. Let me relax. I don't want to do all of that. But what I'm saying is, it's like, yeah, I just want something different with DBD. I just want this game to be back fun. And the game do not have to be perfect. It can stay asymmetrical. It can be that. I mean, I wouldn't complain if y'all gave us a limited amount of pallets. No, obviously that wouldn't work. But at least tone down the bloodlust too. Like, please, like, before I close out this video, tone down the bloodlust. Why do y'all act like bloodlust is like a normal thing to have in this game, dude? Do you not understand how many times I done lost a game or lost chases because I'm literally just out playing the killer? Like, we already have hitboxes, that's an issue. Internet connections, that's an issue. That which could be related to hitboxes. Also, just some killer like the Huntress. Like, you know, you made it around that corner, that angle. You hugging your loops tightly. You're looking behind you. It doesn't matter. You hate taking windows against the Demogorgon because as he's gaining speed, his shred alone is just fast enough to just catch you at that window. That's why there's times you would want to catch, like if you're at Shaq and you know how to check spots and stuff like that, you know you want to be able to like take that window. You know you want to be able to make the right play. But you know the killer literally can leap from the door to that window and hit you. How many times have you done ask yourself, how did that hit? In the most frustrational manner. And then you got killers who know that shouldn't hit, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, I know this game is meant to be like, but I just feel like the way we play this game, how good we've gotten at this game as survivors, we have this mentality where we just really want to just be good at something. And we just feel robbed many times when we know somebody shouldn't have caught us. And then there's made for this. People complain about made for this, right? Give you, if you have it on the third tier, let's just assume that everyone has it on the third tier, by the way. And, you know, you're looping the mind game, and usually killers will catch and stuff like that. And they'll be complaining like, well, made for this is so broken. But nerfing Survivor and buffing Killer, where we get less distance after we get hit, isn't broken. And to be honest with you, I don't think that is even broken. It's what the devs designed it. So that's not even a bug. That's not even something. They literally designed it that way. They even buffed Bloodlust. Y'all will never, I don't care who you are in this game. I don't care how many followers or subscribers you have. You will never convince me that Bloodlust should stay in this game. Look how they did these maps, yo. Look how they've done these maps, yo. Why are y'all lying? You know, like, why are y'all lying to y'allself? Like, they literally, like, it's so annoying, dude. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know, like, how many of these episodes are gonna be like this long, but it's just like, it's just one of them days where I'm like, you know, I ain't got nothing going on. It's like 96 degrees, man. It's like the sun is out my door. It's like, golly, man. But like, y'all know Bloodlust should not be in the game. We don't know. We no longer. Listen, I'm gonna give y'all a little history as to why Bloodlust was even in the game, right? And now keep in mind, I didn't start playing this game until 2020. Like, kind of around like the pandemic era. Where like, back in the days, Shaq had 2 windows. Do Shaq have 2 windows anymore? No. Now keep in mind, Haddonfield, you know, Garden of Joy, you know what I'm saying? What I call Garden of Heaven. I don't call it that. I just said that, by the way. But it should be Garden of Heaven. Like, it's Garden of Pain to Killers, but we love it. Like, I love it. I don't know. I love that map so much. I might end up renewing the lease. Like, I might renew the lease there. Like, that's how much I love it. Like, I love that house. You know, I'll pay the mortgage. I'll put the down payment on it. It's not a problem. Right? That's how much I love that house. It's my house. It's a house that my granddaddy lived in. No, I'm BSing. No, but for real though, like I love that house. I love living in it. That's why I love going to it. That house has so many good windows, just like Haddonfield. That's another property that I own inside the Blood Web. I love those places. Why? Because they have so many windows that you can use. And you should always use windows before you use like at least try to use window before the pallets. You know what I mean? But also you have to make a judgment. Sometimes you have to use Shaq palette early. It is what it is. Not the end of the world. I don't know why people trip out on that. As long as you got teammates that's going to knock out gens, that's the purpose. It's to distract the killer long enough. Don't go down to a one shot if you don't have to, just because you just want to preserve something. Sometimes it just depends, right? Like if you play with people, fine. It's just when you play with randos, obviously you don't want just pallets just flying all type of places, because then a lot of survivors literally would just camp a pallet and, you know, like they're not even offering your boy s'mores at that point. Like they just camping a pallet because, you know what I'm saying, we're going camping around the fire because you checking every pallet. There's no need for that. Relax. I mean, I know we're telling scary stories around, you know, but we don't have to do that. We don't have to waste pallets. These are our resources. But I just feel like, again, but I kind of on a tangent. I just sometimes do that, by the way, so please do not mind me. But, you know, Shaq had multiple windows as far as like 2. And there was no bloodlust, so it was hard for killer to just catch a good survivor. I'm talking about good survivors. Keep in mind, do y'all think every survivor know how to loop out here? Does it? You can use made for this. You can use windows of opportunity. You can use windows of life. But a lot of survivors will take the opportunity to waste every pallet. They see it's called windows of opportunity. It should be called pallet of opportunity. It should be called wasted. Because all these survivors are going to do is just run to every... I'm just going to run to yellow. Let me throw on windows opportunity. Let me just run to yellow. Let me just camp it. And then say it's comp drop. Which a lot of comp players who are good survivors understand check spots and understand how to mind game, what's a good palette to, like, you know, fast vault over and stuff like that. So they had bloodlust to combat these, and a lot of these maps were pretty much, they had like a lot of like you know how like the game have like a lot of palettes. So a lot of these maps were pretty strong. If you didn't have bloodlust and had a bunch of windows, I understood that. So they added bloodlust. Why are y'all reworking these maps to where we're barren? They're barren. That means it's not a lot of palettes. BS filler palettes. All of these things. Why do y'all have these maps designed this way? But not only do you keep bloodlust, but you increase it. We don't have a bunch of windows in Shaq anymore. We only have one window. Right? So we only have one window. So even with made for this, you got to understand with 3%, and then you got, you know, resilience. You know, yes, obviously you can stack. People who understand how to play survivors, we know how to stack pallets, right? Like Pringles, like we know how to stack, right? Well, come on, dude, that's a bar. I don't care. That is literally a bar. But Pringles is a stack. Like I mean, I thought it was nice. I thought it was, I low-key thought it was fire. But what I'm saying is that, like, you know, we don't have that anymore. But yet, like, if you go to, like, all these maps that were good for Survivor, like Auto Haven, you know, now they got these thin pick, skinny loops that you pretty much get a hit regardless around. And then you got these killers like the Alien, which is not easy to loop, by the way, around these pallets, because you're damn if you throw the pallet, you're damn if you don't. It's like going against a better version of Pyramid Head, where it's like, I mean, the girl's always in her crawl stage, which I feel like when she's standing up, she's in her exhaust. And then when she's like on a crouch, she's in her regular form, right? So you have to use the turrets to try to, like, you know, knock her out of it and stuff like that, burn her, which it doesn't always do. But, I mean, if she can aim up, aim down. So when people try to be like, oh, just crouch. Like, listen, you got so many hours into this game, there's literally only so much you can, like, tell somebody on how to loot. Like I'm not afraid to try, you know, doing different things because, you know, obviously if you're a new player, you're afraid to try to make mistakes. Like when you're a new player, you don't know what you're doing. When you're getting better or you're trying to learn the game, you're trying not to make you're trying to make fewer mistakes. So you don't look stupid, right? Or you're just afraid to do the wrong thing. So you're nervous. So you might chuck a pallet out of fear. You might take that window without trying to be patient to see if the killer's going to try to, you know, go on the other side and meet you there. You know what I mean? And, you know, but as you get, you know, older into the game, such as myself, you start to realize, like, okay, you know what you're doing in Chase. You try to figure it out. I'm at the whole, do like the W meta where I'm running and pretty much not really looping, but just like kind of like mind gaming a bit, where I'm just hiding, like a huntress. If I'm in a distance, I'm trying to hide behind rocks as much as I can to try to hold W. If I'm around like a good loop, I might mind game and greed a little bit, stuff like that. That's what you do. And I'm saying this with Survivor, you have to understand that certain they designed this game like even now, like even with Alien, there's times if I'm coming up against a wall and there's the pallet, the best thing I try to do is try to like, it works like 1% of the time, is try to like a FOV tech where I try to like run into the killer and see if they're gonna fall back, and that's only if they get scared. Like it only works if they are frightened. Like, oh my god, like what the, like that's because if you play killer, you know that the killer's FOV, which is field of view, by the way, that's the acronym, is that you see that the killer see everything up close. So like they have like goggles on or like glasses, and it's like magnified. Like you can just see everything up close. So they see everything closely. So trying to like do like an FOV, it might throw them off to try to like run back into them. But I only recommend that if you try to like throw off Alien where you feel like you're gonna get hit anyway, because with that killer is so stupid, dude. Like congratulations, behavior. Y'all just keep making these killers where it's just like it's so stupid in chase. And I understand like. This one dude I remember one time saying in the comments, like when they was trying to like nerf Survivor heavily, that 6.1.0 patch, he was like, killers are meant to be feared, and a lot of y'all just running around and just making those look stupid. Like, what? Oh man, so many bots in this community, bro. Like literally, like. I'm sorry, I'm just getting a little bit tired. I got like 4 more minutes left. I just want to close with this, because I'm trying to get on the ground at 2,000 subs. Dude, it is like ungodly, unfairly hot, dude. Like, it's like, God, like it's literally hot in this room. And it's like I will turn the fan on, but I ain't trying to have like the fan blowing, just in case. I don't think you would hear it, but like I don't have like air conditioning or stuff like that, so I don't really have that. But my whole point is like I love the game. I love the potential of the game. I still have fun in my chases while I play Survivor. I'm still trying to hold it down for us, Survivor remains, but at the same time, like, we have to have fun. TCM is fun, okay? I can tell by players like Aaron and them, and even Dowsy, who doesn't play DBD anymore since the Skull merch is released, because, again, you got to think about this too. Like, it's sad when people know that it's going to, like, affect their income a bit, because, people are used to you watching. Like, people will love to watch people play DBD. Right. But the fact that he can find something that's like, I love now, it's an asymmetrical game, it's an indie game, horror. I want to play the game and have fun. I want to be able to do these things. And it's nice if he can play a game like that, because I know he was a killer player. I think he played or mained when he was playing Dead by Daylight, the Twins. But since then, he haven't done it. And I don't blame him. Like, there's times I want to delete the game, but I put so much work into DBD, so many hours into this game, so many memories into this game, so many clips and shorts, so many amazing things I've done into this game, and I don't want to just lose that. I'm not about trying to just throw it all away. Like, I think about that. Like you can say you hate DBD, and then you wake up and be like, damn, what if I don't have it no more? Like, what if you wake up and it's gone, all your progression is gone? So I think about that a lot. So I exaggerated. Like, I put so much. It got me partner too. Like, I stopped playing NBA 2K for a while. Well, no, forever actually, because I just don't like. I like the idea of it, and I may one day play it again. But it just was a bad game to stream for me. But DVD is a game where I got a lot of fans who supported me. I miss streaming, dude. I really do. I really miss streaming. Just the fun moments. It was really fun. It was a really good time, and the memories, like when I was Facebook live streaming, Twitch live streaming, and YouTube all at once, and I just made people's day, and I really missed that, and I apologize for being gone from that. Just so many things I'm just trying to figure out and do, and I don't know. I do think about those days. If you think I should go back streaming, please comment down below. But I just want to close it out with this. I love my community. I hope you guys enjoyed this long hour episode. This is like my first ever, and probably my only one I'll probably ever do in a while. But I had fun making this. It was pretty cool. Yeah. Tell me if you guys still love this game. Do you play TCM more? Do you want to see TCM from me, or just DBD stuff. Should I go back to live streaming or should I just keep it chill? Do you like the podcast episodes? I don't know. But it's your boy Libra God 90, your only host for this channel. Have a blessed day out here. If nothing else, stay safe and peace.